Hi, I'm Dr. Letitia Wright, and today we are talking about the gurus. The gurus are back, and some of the gurus are gone. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a lot of the information marketing people, the motivational people that were really just doing scams. We've been through a recession, we've been through a tough time, and I'm starting to see them come back. Well, we've got an expert on the show to talk about what's going on with the gurus, what's going on with people who've been scammed, and how you can keep from being one of them. We're also going to talk about a product, Fusion Excel. It is a product as well as a way to make more money. Right now, a lot of people are not making the kind of money they want to make on their job, and owning your own business is actually a necessity. So we're going to talk about that and some great events. And we're kicking off the season of Right Place TV with our favorite guest, Aggie Kobrin. So stay with us. This is the right place. I'm glad you stayed, and we want to welcome Aggie Kobrin. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. You're Right Place TV's favorite guest because you're always here.
Thank
and always
you.
coming with the new information.
Thank you.
But we want to talk about something very, very serious. The gurus are coming back. I'm getting all these emails from all of these people that pretty much disappeared when money was super tight. Now 2011 has gotten a little bit better. People are getting back to work, and money's flowing a little bit. And the gurus are back, and you've written a book called Mega Motivational Gurus and the Moment of Truth.
I can't take credit for writing the book. The book was actually written by Benjamin Allen. The concept was mine, the idea was mine, and really the frustration was mine, along with a lot of other people out there in the world. But Benjamin wrote the book, so I have to give him full credit for that. You and I met many years ago when I ran a lot of conferences and seminars, and that was a lot of fun. We had a good time. We actually taped at many of those events, if you recall. For a lot of years, I spent my time putting together conferences and events with a lot of the big speakers there. And, you know, I really enjoyed it and really didn't understand what was going on, and I'll be the first to admit that. I thought we were doing a wonderful thing. I thought we were bringing together people. We were bringing together all of these speakers. They were being trained and motivated and inspired, and life was going to be better for them. From the bottom of my heart, I truly believe that. I learned over the years that I was very mistaken about what was happening. And I had to come to terms with it. A lot of things went on over the last few years. I had to really come to terms with where I was, what I had done, and what I had helped bring to the world. And sometimes we come to terms with things and then we realize we have to change our ways a little bit and we have to change what we're doing. And this is all about that. This is really all about that. I don't put those events together anymore. I really have come to the conclusion or to the decision in my own life that I'm here to inspire and I'm here to help and I'm here to make a difference. And the best way to do that is by bringing things out in the open.
Was that a hard decision to make, to not be able to say, I'm not going to do that, because you're actually very, very good at doing it? You're well known in Southern California for putting butts in seats. If people need thousands of people's butts in seats, you are the go-to girl. So does that make it difficult, especially in this economy, when you know you can do that and you can make the money you
It's actually
need doing
devastating.
that?
It's actually pretty devastating. When I made the decision to change what I was doing, it was very impactful. It was impactful on my career. It was impactful on my business. I have an events business called CEC Global Events. I do events around the world. You're right. I am known for the events that I put together. I'm known to be able to bring in audiences in. It was a big decision. It really didn't come easily. It came over a period of time, and it really had happened when I was involved in an internet broadcast network. Was brought into this internet broadcast network that I will name, and brought in numerous speakers, brought in all kinds of content for them. We actually had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of content. We were about to go to broadcast, and it was all about these speakers, these motivational people, these inspired people. And I found out the gentleman who was putting this together, who had raised millions and millions of dollars, had taken a lot of it. It was gone. In 8 months, $3.5 million was gone. Nobody can spend that when they're putting together an internet broadcast network. So a lot of alarms went off. But at the same time, I started to look at what was this content, what were we doing, and what were we bringing to people. And it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. Yes, it was a very difficult decision to make, but it was the only decision I could make. Because what I realized was I had been a vehicle, and I had been a tool in all of this. by putting all of these events together, by bringing people to these events, by allowing things to be sold there, I was as responsible as anybody else was for it. And what I really realized was what was being sold there was not what I had anticipated and wasn't what it had been at the beginning. You know, life changes. Life changes and industries change and people change for lots of reasons, and what was happening was not good.
And there are a lot of, I mean, the last couple of years, we've seen just recently someone who was jailed, committed suicide. We've seen people on trial for murder, for, you know, extortion, for fraud. We're seeing, you know, all of these lawsuits. There is a kickback. People are actually trying to go after and claim the money that they've been scammed
And I'm
out of.
thrilled to hear that. I'm really thrilled to hear that. Mega Motivational Gurus is one in a series of ebooks that we're doing. Truth Behind the Curtain is actually the name of the whole thing, and it's pretty.
And tell us the website where they can.
Truth Behind the Curtain, www.truthbehindthecurtain.com. And Truth Behind the Curtain is all about what goes on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, that the audiences aren't aware of, that I had the privilege of being aware of because I was behind the curtain. And I started to understand what was going on and what the motivation was and what they were selling and what they weren't selling. And when I would see people buy things for tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes more, and what were they really getting? And I would sit there and kind of analyze what was going on and understood what was going on. It took me a while. And
It's an amazing thing when you're sitting with a group of people, intelligent people, people who are been in business for years, smart people, and watch them go. And one event I was at, I mean, literally this person ran up to the person's hotel room to spend $28,000. And
I'll tell you a little secret. I'll tell you a little secret, and I'm sure a lot of your viewers aren't aware of it because most people aren't. NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is a form of hypnosis, is widely used in the industry, is widely used to convince people or convert or whatever you want to call it. When you see people run to the back of the room with credit cards in hand, not walk, but run, and you see hundreds of them doing that, you have to start wondering what's the motivation. Yes, they'll change your life. Yes, things will be better. Yes, things will be wonderful. But truly, I mean, we're all bright people. And what I watched were a lot of very vulnerable people in that room. We're not all bright people, but a lot of us are. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. I think that's
people.
what it is.
Yes.
It's vulnerable because
yes. They are so desperately
much.
looking. They are so desperately looking. They're so desperately looking for something. And here they are. They're promised your life will change. Your life will change. Everything will change. All you have to do is come join me. Come be with us.
Come be with us.
Come be with us.
Go through our process.
Put it on your credit card. Refinance your home. Take your kids' education funds. It'll be worth it because you'll make 10 times that money. Do you know what the success rate was? That's what hit me. Less than 10%. I've heard as little as 2%. 2% of those people went on to actually even make the money back. So let's give the benefit of the doubt 10%. That means 90% of those people that have spent anything from hundreds to tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars, have literally thrown their money out. And when you really think about it, they put it on a credit card or they finance something. They're not paying 10 or 20 or 30,000. They're paying $50,000 or $60,000 for what? And I couldn't do it anymore. I just watched it getting worse and worse and worse and more harmful.
And as the economy got tougher, the tactics got more ruthless.
Oh, they were so ruthless that people weren't even aware of what was going on. They had no idea why they were making the decisions they were making. And one thing I want to say is I think NLP is wonderful. I think speakers overall and trainers and things are wonderful. This is not everybody. This is a very, very small group, a small elite group, but a small group. The reality is there's so much positive that's done, but what happens is when you've got this little group at the very top that everybody knows, and we're in this negative situation, and we've got all these strange things going on, it's time something be done about it. It really is. Truth Behind the Curtain.
Okay, so Truth Behind the Curtain is really an ebook you can get that's a wake-up call just to make people aware and alert as to what's going on. And they can also leave comments if they've been scammed and talk about it with you. It's a forum for people. And so the website really can be cathartic because you do have to move on. You know, once that has happened to you.
Yes, you do have to move on. There's an MP3 if you want to listen to it. There's an ebook. We're on everywhere. You know, if you've got Kindles or Nooks or whatever, you can download it. And it's a forum and it's a community and it's a way to talk about it And we're going to have sessions, we're going to have specialists come on, we're going to do all sorts of things so that people aren't scammed anymore. Our goal is to stop people from being scammed.
And we absolutely believe in mentors.
Absolutely, without a
but
doubt.
Our best mentors usually don't make you write a check.
Or they do for a reasonable amount or over a period of time. I believe in trainers, I believe in NLP, I believe in motivational speakers, I believe in all of those things. What I'm saying is use caution. Use a huge amount of caution. Really check things out, talk to people, understand. Come to our forums, come to our site, tell us what's going on with you. We would be happy to share, and obviously on air I'm not going to say who and what and where, but
there is a lot of, it's very frank discussion inside the forum.
Very frank discussion inside.
So people can really see and connect with other people.
And you'll love Truth Behind the Curtain because it's such a fun start. It's the Wizard of Oz. It's the guy behind the curtain.
To see what happens, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. Again, you can check out truthbehindthecurtain.com, get your book, talk with other people. If you've been a victim of these kinds of scams, there is some place that you can talk about it and relate with other people. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you about Fusion XL. Stay with us.
Attention, this is a special health alert for everyone with diabetes. According to the FDA, prolonged use of the medication Actos may be associated with an increased risk of bladder cancer. If you or someone you know has taken Actos and has been diagnosed with bladder cancer, call the number on the screen immediately. Don't wait. Call the number on the screen right now. If you or someone you know has taken Actos and has been diagnosed with bladder cancer, call the number on the screen immediately. Don't wait. Call the number on the screen right now.
Do you owe the IRS or state more than $10,000 in back taxes? Well, you can stop stressing right now. At Blue Tax, our team of tax professionals will remove bank levies and wage garnishments fast. Stop all collection activity immediately. And negotiate a settlement on your entire tax debt. You could end up paying way less than you owe. 800-931-8077 for a free consultation. That's 800-931-8077. And remember, you heard it from me, Max, at Blue Tax.
Welcome back. I want to tell you about one of our new sponsors and the products that go with this company. It's called Fusion XL. And Fusion XL is actually a very successful company around the world, kind of new in the United States. In over 160 countries, these products are already out there. We have sold over 10 million products around the world, and people can have their own business with this product, and so that they're making money. So in today's economy, even when it's tough, this is one business that has really been growing. So I'm kind of excited to tell you about Fusion XL. What is Fusion XL and what are the Fusion XL products? The first product they started off with was called the Fusion XL Shield. This shield goes on your cell phone. I have one on the back of my cell phone. It goes on the back of your cell phone and it protects you from the EMS that come off of your cell phone. For years, scientists and doctors have been concerned about our cell phone use. Are we creating brain tumors? Are we hurting ourselves? And now there are tests to see infrared. You can see they really do interrupt the body's natural electricity, natural rhythm, natural health cycle, and they really do make a difference. So what Fusion XL is about preventing that comes from your cell phone, comes from your microwave, comes from your TV, comes from your computers, comes from your cameras, even the blow dryer that we always are aiming right at our head, even the blow dryer can give off some electricity that is actually disruptive to your natural body and your natural health. So as a chiropractor, which a lot of you don't know, that's what the doctor is. Dr. Wright is a chiropractor. As a chiropractor, I'm very interested in things that are more about natural health and easy to use. And so this was really exciting to me. So the first product was called the Shield. It's still available. You just take it off, stick it on here, and it protects you. They also have a pendant. The Fusion XL pendant is something that you can wear every day. We have different styles of pendant. There's a black lava pendant that a lot of people have seen, and then there's the stainless steel styles of pendant that you can wear that just protect you every day. All you have to do is just wear it. Then there are other products. There are bracelets. One of my favorite products is the flask. The flask is simply a container that you would use to put your water in, and you can drink out of it every day. Everybody talks about having water that's really good, water that makes a difference. There's companies that sell you machines that condition your water. Well, these are all fused with scalar energy. And the scalar energy actually changes the water to make it more healthy for you. You can use this on anything. People who drink wine like to put it in the flask, not just to hide it at events. I'm sipping my wine. Not just for that reason, but because it actually changes the taste of wine and makes it sweeter. I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I do like wines that are really light, like a Riesling or something like that. And I definitely detected a change because I'm not a big drinker, but it's a really good product to keep with you. The Fusion Excel has a lot of different products, but the main thing is that if you're someone who's looking to create extra income at home, Fusion Excel can actually become your own business. Now, we won't go into all of the details of exactly how it works, but let me tell you, it does make money. There are some multi-level marketing companies that, they're kind of shaky. This company has been around for 7 years, and so it's passed through that period of trying to figure out, is this product going to be around? Is this product going to work? What's going on? They've worked out a lot of the kinks. They've never missed any payments to people that have earned money. This company is continually growing and at a very, very fast pace in other areas of the country, other areas of the world. I mean, just huge. There are people in Iran making lots of money with their Fusion Excel business. I mean, I'm looking at the different reports from around the world, and I was surprised. I was like, who can make money in Iran? But, in their economy, they understand that having your own business, having a way to make an unlimited income is really important. And as our economies are changing all over the world, having your own business becomes super, super important. So if you're looking at your 2011, your 2012, and trying to figure out how to make ends meet, I just don't know very many people who are working their jobs and that can make everything happen for them. Having your own business is almost going to be a necessity. Does that mean you have to be a super business person? You have to know all this stuff? You have to do all this networking? No, it just means that you need to be able to share about the products that you like to use, and you need to be able to, write receipts for people. So you do have to have some basic skills. A lot of people are very afraid of sales because they've been scammed or they don't like high pressure sales. Nobody likes high pressure sales, but everybody likes to feel better, which wearing the pendant, you have more energy. Personally, for me, it's about energy. I have more energy when I wear it. I don't have arthritis, so I can't tell you that it's cured my arthritis, but I can tell you I do feel better. There are people who have had arthritic conditions that are feeling better. There are people who have better circulation. And like I said, there are actual tests on it that you can actually see. The testing was done independently, not paid for by the company. One of the people that is very excited about this product is the doctor who wrote about water and living water and the difference between having water that is alive and good for you and water that's sort of dead and malformed. This doctor, he was well kind of publicized in America in the movie The Secret, but what he did is he did 2 experiments. He had an experiment where he talked about water, where he had it in a jar, and he spoke hate, and I hate you, you're dirty, you're this, you're that, all these bad, negative things. Flash freeze it, and you look at the cells, and they're all muddy and messed up. Then you have a jar of water where you say, I love you, you're beautiful, you say all these kind words. And when you flash freeze that water, it is in perfect snowflakes. And as you know, snowflakes have that perfect geometry. So it is really, our science is catching up to what people really think is happening with the body. And I'm excited that Fusion Excel has the quantum pendant, has a flask, has a bracelet. They have a lot of products that can help you be more healthy. So I want to introduce you guys to Fusion Excel, and I want to make sure that you know more about the products, and we'll be talking about them on a lot of the shows because they are a major sponsor for Right Place TV this season. So we're going to help you get healthy, help you make some more money, and you can go to fusionexcelnow.com. That's my website, and you can look at everything, look at all of the information. It's about scalar energy. If you want to know how it works, it's all about scalar energy. I am not a scalar energy expert. You can look it up, but it is actually something very real. Tesla was the one who really started working with scalar energy. So you can go online, you can look up Tesla, you can look up scalar energy, you can look all of those things up, get the information, be clear about it for yourself. But if you're looking for an opportunity to make some more money, I think Fusion XL is a great way to do it. When we come back, I want you to see this new segment called The Color of Green. We're going to talk about sustainability, green businesses, and how your business can become more green, make more money, and even if you're interested in getting into that segment, we'll be talking about that. Our first guest on the Color of Green segment is Southern California Edison, talking about your smart meters and how much a difference they'll make in letting you save money. So we'll be right back.
Do you owe the IRS or state more than $10,000 in back taxes? Well, you can stop stressing right now. At Blue Tax, our team of tax professionals will remove bank levies and wage garnishments fast. Stop all collection activity immediately and negotiate a settlement on your entire tax debt. You could end up paying way less than you owe. 800-931-8077 for a free consultation. That's 800-931-8077. And remember, you heard it from me, Max, at Blue Tax. Wow!
Have you ever taken the time to figure out exactly how and why your electricity rates change? Well, we're going to delve into the Southern California Edison rate case and show you the details that make a difference in whether your prices go up and whether your electricity is safe and steady. So stay with us. This is the right place. Hi, I'm here with Russell Warden. He is the director of the general rate case. And the rate case is how they determine how much our electric bills are going to go up. So as a community, as business people, we need to understand that whole process. So I want to thank you for coming here.
You bet. We're eager to have a lot of public input on the general rate case because it's important that we hear from our customers to make sure that our priorities for the electric system are the same as our customers. We really need to keep up the long-term capital investment program so that we can make sure that the system remains as reliable as our customers have grown used to.
I travel a lot, go to a lot of different countries where reliable energy isn't happening, and that's really a safety issue also.
Yes, it really is. If we can replace the aging assets on a planned basis, two things we benefit our customers. One, it's cheaper in the long term because we don't have to come out late at night, and it is safer because we're able to replace the assets on a planned basis and know about it. If we were not to make the investments, over time the system would begin to erode in terms of its reliability, and we'd have assets failing in service, and we try to minimize any assets failing in service.
You've sold the Four Corners, and I think a lot of people are not aware of that and how you're changing the carbon footprint. Let's talk about that.
Yes. For years, Southern California Edison owned a small percentage, I think about 15%, of 2 units in the Four Corners coal plant. And we decided to sell our share to Arizona Public Service, and we expect that sale to be consummated in 2012.
You talked a little bit about aging assets. People might get concerned that there's a deadline, they're all going to crumble at one time. Let's talk about the timeline in replacing them.
No, Dr. Wright, we recognized some time ago that the Edison system, which was built largely in the decades after the Second World War, was going to age. And so we have a long-term program. We've been at it about a decade. And to change out these aging assets on a planned, methodical basis. And so we try to walk that fine line between replacing an asset right at about the point it might fail, not too early and certainly not too late. And so we've been at it for about a decade, and we're going to continue working through our service territory to minimize the disruption to our customers and make sure that the system remains reliable.
The other thing is that you talk about measuring what you pay your employees and how that goes into this whole rate case too. Tell me, why is that important to gauge what you're paying people compared to the industry?
Sure. Every general rate case, we work with the Division of Ratepayer Advocates, who are PUC employees, and we manage a total compensation study, which is an independent look at what we pay our employees, salary and benefits, to see if we're paying them at market. And we have a workforce of about 18,000 Southern California Edison employees and about 7,000 contingent employees. And we benchmarked ourselves against about 60 other companies. And the independent study concluded that we pay our employees right at about market, within the margin of error in the study. And that's a good barometer, or a good way to measure what's in rates in terms of compensating our employees.
And then the rate change cannot happen until there is an actual vote. Is that correct?
That's correct. Right now, the Public Utilities Commission has an administrative law judge who has heard our case, and she's taking in all the evidence. She will make a recommendation to the Public Utilities Commission, and ultimately they will measure the cost to SCE ratepayers against the requirements of the electric system, and they'll make a judgment. Only at the point that the Public Utilities Commission decides what we're allowed to charge our customers will we change rates.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You bet. Nice to be with you.
We've got all the information on how the changes are going to be made in terms of what's going to cost what and how the infrastructures are going to be built out. I'll also be giving you a link where you can go into detail, get the exact numbers, and see exactly what's going on. It's actually a very transparent process. So thanks for joining me.
Attention, this is a special health alert for everyone with diabetes. According to the FDA, prolonged use of the medication Actos may be associated with an increased risk of bladder cancer. If you or someone you know has taken Actos and has been diagnosed with bladder cancer, call the number on the screen immediately. Don't wait. Call the number on the screen right now. If you or someone you know has taken Actos and has been diagnosed with bladder cancer, call the number on the screen immediately. Don't wait. Call the number on the screen right now.
Do you owe the IRS or state more than $10,000 in back taxes? Well, you can stop stressing right now. At Blue Tax, our team of tax professionals will remove bank levies and wage garnishments fast. Stop all collection activity immediately. And negotiate a settlement on your entire tax debt. You could end up paying way less than you owe. 800-931-8077 for a free consultation. That's 800-931-8077. And remember, you heard it from me, Max, at Blue Tax.
Well, thank you for staying with us this first episode of our 12th season of the Right Place TV show. We'll be here every Sunday at 9:30 on KHIZ. And if you've got any business questions, you definitely can email me at rightplacetv.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I want to thank everybody for being on the show today and all of our contributions. It's a really exciting season. I can't wait to share with you our international shows that we're doing because I get to travel. Yay! So remember, ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right. And I'll see you next time.